Respected friends, let our longing from our side, also our prayers to the Parabrahma Tattva, the Lord, the Shruti Mata, and our Guru Parampara become more conscious, more intense, so much so that without any further delay, we are able to grasp the essential content of the Upanishads, Shastras, which we are studying. Not only we grasp, but we understand, we are convinced about it, and we are inspired, committed to live that spiritual life alone exclusively for the experience of what is indicated by the Shastras of our own real self, which they say, the Gurus, that will be the experience of both liberation from the limitations, experience of infinitude, blissful infinitude. Enough we have browsed through superficially, enough of all our non complete attempts. Not in a negative sense, but practically saying half hearted attempts. The half heartedness is because of half of the heart of ours is still in the pursuit of something other than the Paramatma. Bringing our that half heart also from there wholeheartedly, fully, may we engage only in this pursuit. For that, our conscious efforts and our conscious prayers, intense prayers, deep prayers, single pointed prayers, unambiguous prayers, very convincing prayers, we are extending, we must extend to the ones who bless us, all these three, the Shruti Mata, the Guru Parampara, the Paramatma. In our attempts also, we can check ourselves, is there any improvement that is required, and there is a chance in our attempt of this spirituality. Definitely there will be a requirement, always there is a chance. So make use of that chance, fulfill that requirement. Thus ensure from our side that we are true, we are full, we are convinced, we are not lagging behind in our sincerity. If this from our side is done, then we can pray and wait for the things to happen. Without doing our due, we have no right to relax or even pray to the Lord. The relaxation shows our non commitment or our laziness. And then the Lord will not bless. He says, you have not done what you are supposed to do. After which alone we take over. We don't take over just like from the beginning. No. Only after you have done what due you have to do, then only our role starts. The Guru, the Devatas, they know. So therefore, let there be complete satisfaction within ourselves that we are doing our best from our side. It's a problem. Narayana. Let our mind be always slowly, steadily, but completely soaked only in the theme of the goal of life indicated through the Shastras. This intensity we need to have, this prayer we need to have, we have to consciously start putting the efforts. And we all know for every such great involvement and endeavor and achievement, the sacrifices are required. And they are worthy of sacrificing because they are not worthy of, because they are not giving us the best. Whatever those involvements which are consuming our time and our attention. So that much viveka when we can think and have, definitely that technical thing called as vairagya from the unwanted involvements we can possess, which is necessary for our, as we started the thought of the day, our wholehearted involvement in spirituality. Imagine the great rishis of yore, how they were all the time conscious of their goal to be reached only when they are in their ashramas in the banks of those rivers. Throughout their minimum required routine also of going for snana in the rivers, doing that Surya Upasanadi, Ishta Devata Upasanadi, even making the bhojanam and having. None of these were their goals. For them, all of these were minimum requirements to sustain life, but while doing all of them also, their attention is only for the Lord. You know the difference in that mother when she delivers the child for few months, her all other works are so secondary that quickly she finishes them and comes to the child to take care. That was the need at that time. But when the child grows to some age of 4 5, she quickly finishes taking care of that fellow, goes back to her other routine, which is important. In the same way, in our initial days, for us, total attention is there to the worldliness, in between, little routine of spirituality. That's how it starts, which is not wrong or nor a sin, but it is not completely sufficient too. Slowly, we have to come to a level wherein all our routines, obligations, which are so, if at all they are necessary, are involved in and concluded so quickly that we are back to our main research table of our own study of Shastras, manana on them, chintana on them, and trying to get into the root of them, base of them, what exactly they are saying, meaning. In this way, every day of ours should be spent, consumed only in this way. Few years of practice, it should become so habitual and natural that unaware or less awareness, the things of our involvement required for our survival are going on, but with full awareness, we are only engaged in our those aspects of sadhanas for our spiritual evolution. We cannot leave it just like that. Prayers we do. Prayers won't make the sadhana happen. Prayers give us conveniences for the sadhana. Recognizing them, we, for our own redemption, have to consciously do them. Every one of them. In fact, right from the first step of Viveka Vairagyadi to the second step of going to the Guru and serving, through the third step of listening to the Guru, Shravana Manana, and the fourth and fifth steps of Dhyanam and Anubhuti, all of them we have to take into our hands and consciously we have to. In fact, when one knows all this and does consciously, The doing itself gives such a great joy because what we are doing is correct. What we are doing is perfect. What we are doing is for the revelation of the self. What we are doing this pleases the Lord. So his blessings come in the form of that contentment, satisfaction. So any day it is better and nobler. So let all of us this way, slowly, steadily, get entirely into the spiritual unfoldment path of doing what is supposed to be done. Let us invoke the grace of all the gurus and devatas. Let's have today too spent in our study of Aitareya Upanishad, Yoga Darshanam, Mundaka Upanishad, Gita, Bhagavatam, Dashamaskandham, beautiful story of Lord simultaneously visiting and blessing the king Bahulashva and Brahmana Shrutadeva along with all rishis. Then also in Adhyatma Ramayanam, we will see in Adhyatma Ramayanam today the great Samvada between Sanat Kumara and Ravana regarding Bhagwan Rama's Mahima and all that. Each of these classes texts are the chances given to us, taken by us, only to intensify our understanding and thoughts regarding Paramatma, who is beyond all this routine, in which we have right now involving, we are involved as if this alone is ultimate or real. इससे परे जो है परम आत्मा, वो हमारे अंदर क्लिक होने के लिए कि ऐसा कुछ है जिससे सब आया है, उसको पकड़ना हमारा लक्ष्य है. To convey this thought to all of us that all these texts are being studied or we are going through. Let us start with our first Aitareya Upanishad, Parayanam Ityadi. Before that, the Shanti Mantras, Sankalpa for 2-3 minutes. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ॐ विदिताखिलशास्त्रसुधा जलधे महितोपनिषत् कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम् ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि ॐ परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रुतिमात्रे नमः समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः श्री ऐतरेय उपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः सङ्कल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदः संपूर्ण समग्र अध्ययनद्वारेण साधनद्वारेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण विश्वव्याप्तिद्वारा विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगतिद्वारा विश्व शांति कल्याण एकता अभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् कर्मणि निष्ठितानां भगवद्गुरूणां कृपया समस्त विघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा शक्ति साधना संपदा प्राप्ति द्वारा दिग्विजयार्थम श्री अस्मिन् कर्मणि निष्ठितानां दिग्विजयार्थम श्री ऋग्वेदांतर्गत ऐतरेय उपनिषदः पारायणम् आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ पारायणम्। ओम chant the mantra Adi Shankara Kruta. Om Manastapatamaha Shantyai Yasya Padanakachata Sharachandra Nibhabhati Tam Vande Neelachinmanim. Om Atha Aitareya Upanishad Prathamodhyayah Prathamah Khandah Shanti Mantraha. Om Vang Me Manasi Pratishthita Mano Me Vachi Pratishtitam Aviravirma Edhi Vedasya Maani Stha Shrutam Me Ma Prahasihi Anenadhite Nahoratran Sandadhami Rutam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavato Tadbhaktaramavato Avatu Mam Avatu Bhaktaram Avatu Bhaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Atma Va Idameka Eva Agra Asit Nanyat Kinchana Mishata Sa Ikshata Lokan Sruja Iti Sa Iman Lokan Asrujata Ambho Marichirmaram Aapo Ado Ambah Parena Divam Dyauh Pratishtha Antariksham Marichayah Prithvi Maro Ya Adastata Apaha Sa Ikshate Menu Loka Lokapalanusruja Iti Sodhya Eva Purusham Samudhrutya Murchayatu Tamabhyatavat Tasya Mukham Nirabhidyata Yatha Andam Mukhat Vag Vacho Agnihi Nasike Nirabhidyetam Nasikabhyam Pranah Pranad Vayuhu Akshini Nirabhidyetam Akshibhyam Chakshuhu Chakshusha Adityah Adityah Karnau Nirabhidyetam Karnabhyam Shrotram Shrotrat Dishah Tvang Nirabhidyata Tvacho Lomani Lomabhya Oshadi Vanaspatayah Hrudayan Nirabhidyata Hrudayat Mano Manasaschandramaha Nabhir Nirabhidyata Nabhya Apanaha Avanan Mrutyuhu Shishnam Nirabhidyata Shishnad Reto Retasa Apaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Friends, we will do the Sambandha Bhashya continuation little later. Today we will take up the study of first mantra of the first Adhyaya, first Khanda. What is that mantra? Let us do it two times the chanting. Om Atma va idameka evagra asit nanyat kinchana mishata sa ikshata lokanusruja iti. Again. Om Atma va idameka evagra asit nanyat kinchana mishato sa ikshata Lokanusruja iti. So simple but so important. The literal meaning is Atma Vai. Vai means indeed. Atma is the Paramatma, the self alone. Before that, the Om. Om is the beginning of the study of the Upanishad, remembering the absolute truth. Having done so, what is the first sentence? Atma va idam eka eva agre asit. Clear? Atma va idam eka eva agre asit. So, a complete, beautiful sentence it is to be worked out. Just like in our Brahmananda Valli, as we saw, Brahma vidapnoti param, which Brahman, Satyam Jnanam, Anantam Brahma. with Apnoti Param has become a Sutra Vakya. Here also, this is the Sutra Vakya for the entire Upanishad to be kept in mind, and this Sutra Vakya is taken as quotation in many other Upanishads also while being commented by Bhagavan Adi Shankara. Hmm. So, Atma means the Paramatma, the self. Vai means indeed, in fact. Idam means everything which we are seeing as idam now, as other than us as the thing to be known or thing known. So it is both the sthula idam in the form of the world in front of us, then the sukshma idam which is in the form of our own antakarana. Luckily for us, as we are studying the Yoga Darshanam, the entire Chitta Vrittis, which are born out of Trigunas, which is expression of Maya, is understood to be Drishyam. What we call as Drishyam is itself is called as Idam. So, Idam. Mm, 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 mm. Om. Atma vai, self alone. Idam, whatever is perceived by us as idam other than us. Atma vai, agre asit. Before this idam is manifested as it is seen by us. Before it was Atma asit. It was nothing but the self only. This is the most important mm, sentence of this entire Upanishad. Keep that in mind. Has it got registered in the mind or not? You see, idam agre atmavai asit. Point one. Whatever we are seeing as idam, earlier it was the self alone. At that time, when this idam was also the atma, the aham alone, at that time, na anyat, there was nothing other than that atma. Kinchana, even a little or iota also, mishat, which is doing or not doing something. Mishat means doing something. Or obviously block oblique करके not doing. Doing or not doing means जड़ा और चेतना कह सकते हैं. Nothing was there. So Atma, one word, Atma Vai is the second word. Ki, indeed Atma alone, in that form alone, Idam, what you see as Idam now, Agre, before this Idam came into manifestation, Asit. So you study this sentence like this. Idam, Agre, Atma Vai Asit. I don't know what to do. So much distraction today. Is there any way? Om. idam agre atma vai asit. The whole idam before that got into manifestation was the self alone. At that time, na anyat kinchana mishat. There was nothing other than that Atma which was doing something or not doing anything. Atma vai idam agre asit. Na anyat kinchana mishat. So, two sentences we have understood. Third one, Saha ikshata. That Atman alone as ikshata. He has seen, he has visualized, he has done this sankalpa. What is the ikshana, vision, sankalpa that Atman has done now? Lokanano srujai iti. So, may I create the lokas, the worlds. Now, remember with that our background of last 8 days of introduction. Again, everything will not repeat here. Ki this Upanishad is adopting the Paddhati of Adhyaropa Bhavada to establish the truth, the reality, the Brahman. For that, here the Adhyaropa aspect is going on, happening in the first two khandas of, even up to the maximum portion of the third khanda also of the first Adhyaya talks about that only. Toward the end only, the Apavada is taught. Then to achieve these two practically, whatever the Viveka Vairagya Adi sadhanas we need to do and Dhyana Adi, for the sake of that, second and third Adhyayas will be taught to us. Okay. So, Atma va idameva eka agre asid, idam eka eva agre asid. And as it happens in every of the Upanishad and mantra, wherever the word eva is there, how to utilize it, we must know. So here also, Atma eva asit, idam agre, from the Atman side. Okay, Atma eva asit, idam agre. Okay, from this side, if you see, idam agre, Atma eva asit. Idam means this world. Agre means before. Atma eva asit. Atma के रूप में ही था. From that side, what was it? Atma eva asit. Self alone was there. Idam agre. Before the idam has come into manifestation. See, when you think like this 3, 4, 5, 6 times consciously, then what the Sutravakya, the Shruti Mata, wants to convey a little subtle taste of it comes to us. Mhm. Atma eva idamaha agre asit. That is from the self standpoint. Idam agre atma eva asit. From the idam standpoint. Therefore, what Shruti Mata wants to convey is the whole idam is the aham only. In the absence of deep knowledge and experience of it, the idam aham dichotomy has come in which the entire samsara is happening. So, therefore, discover the aham in the idam, discover the idam in the aham. And discovering the aham in the idam is called as Vibhuti Yoga, 10th chapter Gita. Discovering entire idam in the aham is the 11th chapter, the Vishwarupa. Clear? In whichever are the Shastras we study, all of that, Vedanta Shastras, Moksha Shastras, the way of putting may be different, but what they put it is this alone. And this is what is a magic of it when you recognize it. Before recognizing, again it is the magic because of which the truth is hidden and the whole multiple world is seen as so real. The first magic is the grace of Guru and God, which takes us beyond all this and makes us realize that one which is present. The second magic is the magic of Maya, wherein the truth is hidden, reality is hidden, the self is hidden, and all that which is never there, untrue, unreal, maximum appearance, that is being so clearly shown. It's just like many people who have the intentions in the heart different of anger, frustration, jealousy. But at the mouth level, they speak so sweetly. They give a smile. We also might have done a lot of times these things. Someone we don't love them from the heart, but under some compulsion, we outside talk as if we love. We smile, but अंदर इतना हर दिन 100 बार होता होगा ये. Sometimes we love in the heart very deeply, but you can't express that love outside because of some situations around, conditions around. So, do you understand how it is happening in a everyday's vyavahara? In the same way, the first magic of the truth is hidden, the idam is expressed so conspicuously. But through the study of Shastra, through the grace of the Guru and all, the second magic will happen wherein suddenly everywhere the one truth alone is discovered, that the otherness of the whole world to be real as if other than the self, that confusion, that misunderstanding just goes away. But we have to go through that in a process. As regard the time concerned, how much time it takes, we don't know. Efforts are these ones. Regular study of Upanishads, regular Mananam, Chintanam on that, till slowly it starts entering into our buddhi, from the buddhi to the hridaya. So, buddhi purvaka, hridaya purvaka, shravana, manana, when we start doing, then slowly, steadily, that opening up starts happening, that magic starts happening, where we start understanding, apprehending, accepting the presence of one within all the seen multiplicity. वो मैजिक होने के लिए ही हम यहाँ हर दिन बैठ रहे 3 साल से, और 30 जन्म भी बैठना पड़ेगा तो बढ़ेंगे बैठेंगे. सो वी हैव एक्सप्लेन द मीनिंग ऑफ द फर्स्ट श्लोक. आत्मा वा इदम अग्रे, आत्मा वा इदम एक एव अग्रे आसीत्. आत्मा वा इदम एक एव अग्रे आसीत्. आत्मा वा इदम एक एव अग्रे आसीत्. सेकंड वन, न अन्यत किंचन मिशतु. That we have said, na anyat kinchana mishat, na anyat. There is nothing other than the self. Kinchana, even little also. Mishad, which is doing something or not doing. That Atma. Saha ikshata. He has done the ikshana, visualization. Lokannu srujai it. Let me create the world. So, see, 3-4 times इसी में घूमना है. Before the whole world of multiplicity was there, only the Paramatma was there. Other than him, there was nothing. And he alone done the ikshana of let me create. And what is the first, what is second, what is third, what is fourth, we will see. The first one is said in this mantra, Lokanu Srujai iti. है कि नहीं? Like the man was all alone. Suddenly he thinks, मुझे घर बनाना है. Is it not? या नौकरी ज्वाइन करनी है, या टेक द व्हीकल एंड गो आउट. और शी थिंक्स, अच्छा टाइम हो गया, सो लेट मी मेक ब्रेकफास्ट और लेट मी मेक लंच. तो बिफोर दैट शी अलोन वाज देयर, देन शी डिड द ईक्षत, दैट ब्रेकफास्ट नु सृजयति. I alone was there, but let me make a house or make a business. I did sankalp. Now be attentive about this sentence. I alone am there. In my own capacity, I made the sankalpa. And I also have the resources, etc., to make that sankalpa manifest. Lo, in a year or two, the building has come, or in a half an hour's time, say the breakfast is ready. Is it not? Earlier, I alone was there. I only did the ikshanam, and from my ikshana, I made the world manifest. One thing will add here only, from here only continuously, when the Atman alone was there before, so anything coming out has to come from him only. Therefore, he alone is everything. That he is me. That's what the entire crux of Upanishads, essence of Upanishads. The anubhuti of I alone everywhere. What is the anubhuti of the ocean in and through all its wave expressions? What it is experience? I. What is the anubhuti of one wave? The anubhuti of one wave is कि I am separate from the other waves. I am separate from the total ocean. So from the wave anubhuti, you have to shift lift to the ocean anubhuti. And it is the ignorance of the wave that it thinks it is something other than other waves or the ocean. Why it so thinks? Because it is given a freedom, given some upadhis. Who told when the upadhis are given, freedom is given, that they have to be misunderstood or misused? Think about it. When the given upadhi and freedom is misunderstood or misused, then the problem comes. Just from the wave standpoint only, see, is there any iota of the wave at any moment is separate other than the ocean? Can it be? Can it be? Can't be. So that holding on to, sustaining and maintaining its own limited waveness is the cause for its separation with other waves and the ocean and consequent wrong relations, interactions and sufferings. This is what technically Shastra says. It is the avidya leading to Atma Anatma Viveka, Atma Anatma Bheda, after which continuously the Atma is suffering with the Anatma. There are two Anatmas. One, my own Upadi Anatma, second is the other world. Other. With both I am suffering. I am suffering with this Upadi Anatma because the Upadis are limited in their capacities and abilities. And I am suffering with the other anatmas which are there other than me in the form of the world because I want to possess it, I can't get. I want to get rid of it, I can't it. Where all these have come from? From that ignorance. What is ignorance? As if they are three things. That one is ocean, second is me, the wave, third is there is other wave. Superficially, grossly, you see, from the standpoint of Rupanama, it appears. But go beyond the Rupanama. The ability to go beyond Rupanama is called spiritual sadhana, which is so tough to achieve. But if it clicks to someone, he can throw a party to all. He can enjoy. Great revelation it is. Revelation, revealing and revelation. Now, this one let us study with Bhashyam, the entire first mantra. One by one word, how beautifully Bhagavan Shankara unfolds. Having studied it, we just reflect little on that. Then we go for Sambandha Bhashya, if the time permits, 5-10 minutes. Like that, tomorrow also, summary of this one, go to second mantra, then the Sambandha Bhashya, little next level. So be aware of this is how we study our Aitareya. Now what is said by Bhashyakara, let us say. Ki Atma. What is Atma? He is first to defining. Hmm. Ah, we have seen it in our Taittiriya Upanishad Bhashya. Somewhere when the Atma word came, we were quoted, even Mundaka Upanishad also, from one of the Puranas, how the Atma is defined. Very simple. Yachapnoti, yadadatte, yachati vishayan iha, yachastit santato bhavaha, tadyatma vido viduhu. Four words are used. Here also Bhagavan using the same things. What is defining for Atma? What is the meaning of the word Atma? From that only the feeling for the word Atma comes to us. One is what Atma means apnotehe. Apnoti means permeation. Unlimited, unconditional permeation is the meaning of apnoti. That is apnoti is the word of Atma. Atma is called as Atma from the Ap Dhatu, which means all permeation, all permeability. Apnoti. Second one is Attehe, Ada, Adanat, Annam. No, Adyate, Tija, Bhutani, we have seen. So, Ada is the also Dhatu from which the Atma comes. Therefore, the Ada means consumption. So, Atma का first meaning क्या हुआ? व्यापकत्व, आपनोति, सर्वव्यापकत्व. Second meaning of Atma is adhate, adyate, consumes. Other. So apnote hai, atte hai. Third one is what? Ki atate va. So atata means what? Which is always in movement. Hmm. Which is always in its movement. So that which is apnoti permeates everything. Atti consumes everything. Atate hai which keeps on moving. Asamanta tataha. These three are the meanings of the word Atma. जैसे उपनिषद सो सदेहे धातो हो विशरण गति अवसाधन right from the Kathopanishad time 3 years back onwards we are going on remembering Atma also we should remember like this. It is all pervading, it is all consuming, it is all moving. What is all moving means? Ki whenever idam comes there the Atma has to be there. Without the Atma the idam cannot be. So therefore, everywhere where idam is moving or going, the Atma goes with it. That's called Atati. That's the meaning of Gamanam of it. It goes on moving wherever. Like the mind goes to some other place, let us say. So the idam mind is idam, manavrutti. It has gone into some place in the mind. Immediately the Atma has to go. Without the Atma, the idam cannot be known. Is it not? Kala also. Just remember 1 year back, 2 years back. So the mind has gone into the Kala, past. Atma also has gone there because without Atma, you can't have the knowledge of the past. Also of the future you can think. Therefore आतति ये जो चलता रहता है इसलिए इसको आत्मा कहा. So these are the three words. Atma means apnote hai, atte hai, atate hai, va. Atma. Paraha. No, that Atma Lakshanas in the beginning only, Bhagavan Shankara in the Bhashya telling us to keep in our heart. This is from other Upanishads and other places culled out. Who is he? First is Paraha. Who is Paraha? Who is beyond? Beyond naturally all the Anatma. Beyond all our assumptions which we have. And that Paraha Atma, why is Para used? Because anything we see in this world, we have tendency to take it as an Atma. है कि नहीं? किसी से थोड़ा प्रेम हो गया आत्मीयता हो जाती है जैसे वस्तु और ऑब्जेक्ट एंड फ्रॉम लॉन्ग टाइम वी हैव आत्म भाव ऑलरेडी विथ द शरीर द अन्नमय प्राण मनो बुद्धि सो इन सब का परे है other than all this in the beginning only we are hinted about that atma. It is not as obvious as this. अगर उतना ऑब्वियस होता तो बोलने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ती, भाई यही आत्मा कहकर छोड़ देते. इट इज पर, beyond all our present concepts of the Atma. Beyond. Paraha. Paraha means what? These things which we consider as an Atmas, Anna Prana Mana, can be recognized to be an Atma because they are known. Anything known is Anatma only. But it is called as Para Atma, the pure Para Atma, because when that is recognized, it is never recognized as something known, like these are known. That is why the parata in it, like Sharira. We may 24 hours feel, I am Sharira, I am Sharira. Because anything happening to Sharira, happening to me only, I experience it. The pain here, pain there. But you can become aware of the body as an object of knowledge, is it not? Yes. Whether you maintain that thought or not, that's different. That's a Maha Yoga sadhana, becoming objective about the Deha. But with that pure self, that objectification cannot be possible. It is such an objectification-less subject. That objectification-less subjectiveness is called here as paraha. Okay, paraha. Second one is what? Sarvagnaha. He is Sarvagnaha. Sarvagnya word, let us understand according to Bhagavan Shankara's Bhashya, which we saw in our earlier Upanishads. What is that? Sarvaha, so to the Jnapti Sarupaha. Sarvaha Jnapti Sarupaha. He is everything, and everything is he in what way? As a pure Jnapti Sarupaha. Be attentive. This Jnapti Sarupata, we cannot make it as a concept in our intellect to understand. Although we have to try and struggle. Again, I am repeating, this Jnapti Sarupatva of the Atma Vastu cannot be conceptualized as a concept or understanding in the intellect. It is only Anubhuti as an Atma. This Jnapti Swarup. आत्मा ज्ञप्ति स्वरूप है और उस ज्ञप्ति आत्मा के रूप में अनुभव में आता है, बुद्धि में एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग के रूप में नहीं. Although in the beginning we have to take a help of the buddhi trying to conceptualize it. Oh, it is the ज्ञप्ति स्वरूप. What is the meaning of it? पूछो तो आता ही नहीं बात समझ में. It is like that one. The pure Jnapti Swarup, which is always happening in us. Always in us. There is something that pure Jnapti in which all these three avasthas are coming, staying, going with hundreds of modifications in it. Beautiful. Without that, the arrival departure of all this can never be recognized or noticed. उसको पकड़ना ही हमारा लक्ष्य है. सो आत्मा यदाप्नोति आदत्ते अत्ति आपनोते है अत्येवा देन आततेवा is the reason, three meanings for the atma, and it is paraha, which can never be seen as anatma, sarvagnaha, sarva, it alone is everything, and jna, pure jnapti swarupaha. Now here one question doubt comes, we'll answer it now only. Like we have the knowledge of physics or chemistry or any things which are seen in front of us, but everything we can't. In that sense, does it mean that we can't know everything, but the Atma knows everything? Because of which it's called Sarvagnaha? Yes, as well as no. Why no? No, because there is nothing other than Atma as a server for it to be known. No का आंसर ये है, एक्सप्लेनेशन ये है. Why yes? Because by being everything, Atma knows. everything. Like, how do I know myself? Like, I know an object and I know myself. I know table, I know me. They are not same knowledges. Okay, nahi? I know a table is an objective knowledge of something other than me. But when I say I know myself, I don't know myself as I know the table. I know myself as being. I know myself as experience. Here the knowing and being are same. Catch this point. Being alone is knowing there. In other things, knowing is there, not a being. I am not the table. I know the table. As regards myself, it's not that I know myself, then I am myself. Is it not? To be me, I don't need any of this process of knowing objectively. In this way, Bhagavan is Sarvagnya. What is the Sarvajnata of Bhagavan? Not that he is somebody other and other than him there is Sarva and he is knowing it through the thoughts, through the instruments. Like I know the table through my eye and through my mind's thought. Do I know myself like that? That any of the instruments I am using, Bhashya or Andarka, the real I me, no, not required there. So that way the Sarvagnata. So 5 things we have seen. Apnoti, Atti, Atatam, Paraha, Sarvagnya. 5. Sixth one. What it is? Sarvagnya, then Sarva Shakti. Okay, Sarva Shakti means any of the things that are happening in this world are happening because of the presence of Shakti. All Shakti put together is called as Sarva Shakti. And all that Sarva Shakti belongs to this Atma only. Therefore, Sarva Shakti. So, Sarva Vyapaka, Sarvagnya, Sarva Shaktiman. The omnipresence, omniscience, omnipotency, all these 3 things are given to the Atma. Given means in the explanation or discussion. Atma is understood to be like that. Okay, Sarva Shakti. Okay, now this Atma, जो हमारे उपाधियां हैं, mainly 3 are taken in that all included. The Annamaya, the Pranamaya, Manomaya. Of these 3 upadhis, whatever the dharma they have got, these dharmas are not there in that Atma. To this Atma we are introduced just now only. This introduction and becomes regular, continuous, constant. Slowly the acceptance starts happening. Understanding and acceptance of it happens. Still, it is not realized. Till it is realized, it is still only a concept only, which is not reality. But unless we make concept, unless we go through the concepts, through the meditational techniques, we cannot actualize it or experience it or realize it. For that, this is a necessary path to go through. Where we are listening, we are trying to understand. So, apnotehe, attehe, atatehe, paraha, sarvagnaha, sarvashaktiman. 6 हो गए. Now the 7th is what? कि अशनायादि सर्व संसार धर्म वर्जितः. Varjitah is free from sarva samsara dharma. All the dharmas which are there in the samsara for the upadhis. Starting from ashanayadi. So, the ashana pipasa or the dharma of the pranamaya kosha. In pure atma, these are not there. Then jara mrityu are the dharma of the annamaya kosha. These 2 are not there in the atma. Varjitaha. So, to shoka moha are the dharma of the mana. This shoka moha is not there in the pure self. So, jara mrityu, ashana pipasa, शोक मोह रहित is the Atma Swarup. Just keep the ideas. Oh, this is the meaning of the self. This self I have to recognize in the recognition and identity with the self. Obviously, संसार धर्म से फ्री हो गए तो संसार नहीं रहेगा. सर्वज्ञ होने के कारण आई नो समथिंग आई डोंट नो समथिंग दैट प्रॉब्लम चला जाएगा. सर्वव्यापक होने के कारण आई एम समवेयर आई एम नॉट देयर अदरवेयर दैट प्रॉब्लम चला जाएगा. सर्वशक्तिमान होने के कारण आई कैन डू दिस आई कांट डू दिस वाला प्रॉब्लम चला जाएगा. So therefore, Atma with these lakshanas, is it not worthy of getting identified with? That identification happens ultimately on the seat of meditation. But to meditate, you have to have the clear understanding, clear data. So data is given. Keeping this data, search for that Atman inside. In the beginning, though, itna confusing hota hai. But as we try, slowly the ideas start coming as to how to seek or search the self, which is our own self. मैं मेरे से गुम हो गया और मैं मेरे को ढूंढ रहा हूँ और ऐसा आनंद होएगा जब मैं मेरे को जानता हूँ. है ना, द जॉय ऑफ ईच पर्सन डिस्कवरिंग द 10th पर्सन लॉस्ट टू बी हिमसेल्फ. है कि नहीं? थैंक गॉड वो 10वां बंदा गुम नहीं हो गया और वो मैं ही हूं. See that in that example, na, very important thing. He is aware of all nine, so that happiness is there. कोई ऐसे दोस्त 9 में 9 है, मिल कोई मिस नहीं हुआ उनको. That happiness is there, but the misery is there. कि 10th person is gone, and who is that he doesn't know. Everybody says 10th fellow gone, but nobody says who is he. 10th person is never gone. It is you only who is counting other 9. What was a subtle thought shared there? Because our too much attention on the other 9, we have forgotten that the 10th is me. Without this 10th, the 9 cannot be there. Rather, they are the 10, I am the first. From me, the other 9 they start. His attention 1, 2, 3, 9, 1, 2, 3, 9, 1, 2, 3, 9. उधर ही कर रहा है वो. What did the master or the one who came, who made to do the exercise again? He said, first, are you there? तुम भी swim करके आए हो? हाँ. You are alive? हाँ. So you yourself count as one. He count. Then once one is started with himself, all the 10 were discovered. So without you, the whole mathematics is wrong and miserable also. Without the you as first, the remaining 9 have no meaning. They cause of misery because they will be incomplete without you because they are 9. 10th is gone always. Start with you. And how are you counting all the 9? Beowulf? First, you are there who crossed the river. You are alive. तो होते ही नहीं थे, गिनने वाले कौन होते? So if I, the pure self, is not there, who is there in this whole world of multiplicity to do the vyavahara? So this is subtlety. What's the problem? Is giving importance to the idam so much that बेचारा aham को हमने दबा के रखा. And who is suffering? I only suffering. When they discover myself real first, then look out the world. तो उसके बाद तो there is nothing other than me. सर्वव्यापकत्वात्. Okay. So सर्वशक्ति ही अशनायादि सर्व संसार धर्म वर्जितः. 7 points हो गए. The 8th one is good one. नित्य शुद्ध बुद्ध मुक्त स्वभावः. 9th one अजः. 10th one अजरः. 11th अमरः. 12th अमृतः. 13 अभयः. 14 is अद्वयः. देखो कितना करुणामय शंकर भगवान कि रिगार्डिंग द सेल्फ what experiences we have to have, before which what meditation we have to do, before which what intellectual understanding we have to have about the Atma, which is told in all Upanishads. He is bringing and keeping at one place for our sake. This is the Atma. And the meaning of these words is our experience. It's going on even now, that we have to recognize and establish in. Right now, in the anatmas of the Upadi, we have got the Atma Bhava. Like people in some infatuations, attachments, they suffer. अरे why are you suffering with that attachment? छोड़ो ना बोले तो नहीं छोड़ता हूँ. What is that? Moha Maya. So to our all sufferings are only in the Upadita Adatmya, not in the pure self. But छोड़ो रे ऐसे तादात्म्य कहो नहीं छोड़ता. That's called Moha Maya, which is going on happening from many incarnations or lives. In this life, slowly through understanding, detach. So, like that child or boy youngster, after few months of counseling, slowly starts finding independence from that object or being on whom, because of so much of attachment or dependency, he was suffering. A youngster also, you want a bike, so much infatuated or attached to it, Papa चाहिए चाहिए चाहिए, दिन रात वही है. Yeah, already has got a one, but wants a better one. Then the father explains the financial condition. Ye wo. Then slowly, when it starts entering into him, this knowledge, that dependency, attachment to that, slowly gets reduced to that extent. The freedom in the mind, freedom from the misery, freedom from that bondage happens in the same way. Thank God, in the beginning, only these 14 topics about the Atma Vastu are given to us by Bhagavan Adi Shankara, on which we focus by heart it, keep it in our mind all the time. I have not explained all of them. Two words explanation. This one para will continue today, conclude today. Okay. Atma, again I am starting from the beginning. What is Atma? Atma vai idam एक एव आत्मा वै idam eka eva agre asit. This is a sentence. First he is explaining Atma, then why idameka eva agre asit, he will explain, which is not at all difficult. But Atma ko pura samajhna from all Shastras. So, apnote hai, atte hai, atate hai, paraha, sarvajnaha, sarvashakti, asanayadi sarva samsara dharma varjitaha, nityaha, shuddhaha, buddhaha, मुक्त स्वभाव अजह अजर अमर अमृत अभय अद्वय वै 16 17 18 हो गए. Why means indeed. Contemplate on these things as a homework. These all words. Half of it we have seen. Nitya means eternal, beyond the time. Shuddha means immaculate. There is no trace of ignorance, delusion in it. Buddha, always awakened as pure consciousness. Muktaha, there is nothing other than it to bind it. Swabhava is its a swasya bhava, and it is always there, therefore ajaha. There is no time to work on it, therefore ajaraha. And it being eternal, amaraha. Therefore amrutaha. Amaraha, amruta, same. Then abhayaha. Again, because it is infinite. Fears of finitude are not there. Advaya, there is nothing other than it also to frighten it. जो आत्मा है वही, that आत्मा वही. This Atma alone, indeed, why means indeed. Idam agre asit is explained now. Listen. Idam means yat uktam. यद उक्तम इदम इदम मीन्स जिसको इदम के रूप में हम देखते हैं. व्हाट इज इट? नाम रूप कर्म भेद भिन्नम जगत. Idam is Jagat. Like he explained the Atma, he is explaining Jagat also. What is Jagat? He is explaining Idam. Idam is Jagat. He is explaining the Jagat. Jagat is Nama, Rupa, Karma, Bheda, Bhinnam, which is appearing to be the Bhinnata. In Bhinnata, what is the Bhinnata in that? Because the Bheda, differences. What the differences? Nama, Rupa, Karma. There are differences in the Nama, differences in Rupa, difference in Karma. Because of the differences in them, the world is seen as different from each other. Bhinnam. Nama Rupa Karma Bheda Bhinnam Idam Jagat. Okay, Jagat. Now, Atma Eva Ekaha. Atma Eva, this alone, this was Atma Eva, self alone. That one self alone, Ekaha. Actually, I tell you, no, this one sentence itself, Atma va idameva eka agre asit, is enough for whole Vedanta. No need of second line also. So, Atma eva eka agre. Agre means Jagatah Srushtehe. प्राक जगत के सृष्टि से पहले आसीत था. तो ये सारा जो है जगत का सृष्टि से पहले परमात्मा ही था या थे. Whatever the word you use. This is the crux of it. Like the wave, before it is called as a wave with a specific Rupa and Nama, ocean eva asit, water eva asit. So to the idam, everything is agre, before the creation, atma eva asit. It was a self alone. Now a question beautiful raised by Purvapakshi के रूप में शंकर भगवान himself, and that the answer is so beautiful, which we have done more elaborately in a Taittiriya Upanishad already. This one particular mantras भाष्य के साथ ग्रास्प करने से the crux of Vedanta will come to us. The question is what? Asit means past tense. पहले था. The whole jagat which you see now was the Atma only before creation came. Clear? Now, it was a past tense. Now the question is what? Kim na idanim saha eva ekaha saha eva ekaha. What do you mean to say now is not this jagat one with the Paramatma? The Siddhanta says, no, 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 no. Even now also it's one with Paramatma. Then he questions, Katam tarhi asididi uchyate. Then how do you say that it was? Then the answer to this question will be the crystal clear picture, which we have to just start believing, contemplating, understanding, accepting. And when the Moha Maya of giving excessive value to the Rupa Nama be attentive is dropped, Moha Maya ko, you will just experience कि पहले अभी हमेशा एक ही था और वो एक ही आत्मा और that आत्मा is me. हो गया realization instantaneous. You need not study the further Upanishad at all. That's the power in this first mantra and its commentary. So 60% of it we have seen, the remaining we will see. Then we will spend some 10-20 minutes in Sambandha Bhashya in a relaxed mode, no tension. Then again we see that Atma is the one, sa ekshata lokanu sruja iti. उसको भी हम पढ़ेंगे. वो पूरा होकर then what lokas he has created, that is being explained. Lucky for us because we studied the Taittiriya Upanishad Sokameta Bhashyam Praja Yeya Satapo Tapyata Satapastatva. All of that background knowledge we already have. They were easy. We are much luckier than the students who are studying Aitareya without the study of the Aitareya. Because उसमें हमको बहुत preparation हो गया मन में, how to understand the meaning of creation, etc. When here it will be revealed, it becomes easier for us to grasp. Remember, just because after Taittiriya we have started Aitareya, don't imagine that some new subject is being discussed. New way of discussion started, but the subject is Brahman only. अब इसके बाद जो श्वेताश्वतर आएगा और कोई नई चीज नहीं है, वही ब्रह्म काम डिस्कशन, बट गिविंग मोर खुराक टू द बुद्धि टू कॉन्टेम्पलेट, टू अंडरस्टैंड about the self and not self, the differentiation, which is real, which is unreal. It's only data. Any one Upanishad is enough, thoroughly studied, one can discover the self, which is one without second. Continue tomorrow. Om, 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 Om. Om, 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 Om. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha परमर्षिभ्यो नमः परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रुतिमात्रे नमः तत्सद्ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु थैंक यू